Good morning. My name is Reverend Annie Batchelder, and I'm doing a live video both on Facebook in my private group, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, and I'm also recording this for posterity. My whole purpose in having this private group is so that I can share what soul consciousness has brought to me over the years and how I've developed it. You know, it's and it's a long way to go, a very long way to go. So, but the goal seems to be soul consciousness. And when I asked my guide Anubis, when I first started channeling, what was the higher purpose and what was our mutual higher purpose, Anubis said, reunifying humanity with their souls. And I was like astounded because I didn't really have any relationship to my soul, much less having reunifying with it as a higher purpose or helping people to reunify with theirs as a higher purpose. But I did have faith that Anubis knew what Anubis was doing because I didn't have to. Anyway, I knew that this guy knew a whole lot more than I did. So one of my favorite things about reunifying with the soul in my personal experience has not only been learning to channel, but also it has been learning to work in the Akashic Records, because the Akashic Records are a soul level plane of consciousness. They're in that soul level plane of consciousness, and they are the archive of the soul's entire journey. So there is everything you want to know as a personality in a body whose soul is generating this lifetime. What do you want to know? It's there. Why did the soul do this? Why did the soul do that? Why is the soul giving me this experience now? Why is the soul thinking about it when it's creating this? How did the soul expect me to get through this? Really, it's kind of challenging, but it's worth the look, because when I understand what my soul's goals were in causing something to happen in my life, then I find that I'm comforted that there's a purpose, there's a higher purpose, and it's a healing higher purpose. It's not about finding ways to torture me or make me uncomfortable or make me stretch in ways I don't want to stretch or be with people I don't want to be with. It's not about that at all. My soul wants me to be with the people that I most share consciousness with, those who have the same principles and values that I have. Oh, I just want to let you know, this is beautiful background music, and it is called 4 hours of sacred choir music for relaxation, prayer, work, meditation, and sleep. And I often listen to something of this nature when I am working on my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness. And I've channeled all these articles and I've sent them out to certain beta readers for their review and to see if the articles have the energy in them, if they're understandable, if I need to make a bunch of changes, or if I should give up and go back to waitressing, that kind of thing. And And then I get all of their input, missing commas and put the apostrophe in a different place, and as well as this sentence doesn't make sense, or break up this run-on sentence. They give me all that feedback, and I have to read it again, and I have to become more and more knowledgeable about what was channeled, because this entire book is channeled, and it's like, oh my God, some of this stuff is fabulous. It's so useful, so helpful. I mean, I need help. I need help just like every other human needs help. And when I bring in my soul's light, I feel better. When I bring in my soul's light and open my spiritual heart, I instantly feel better and better and better. And that's a lot of what is going on with this reuniting with the soul. It's that energy. The soul is energy. The soul created us as energy. The soul created us as personalities to accomplish certain things in our lives, and to accomplish certain things that allow the soul to evolve. While it's perfect at all times, it allows the soul to evolve. And so as my personality and my physical self evolves, my soul evolves as well. And as my soul evolves, my personal and physical self can evolve even more as well too. So it's a two-way street. We're both winning by having some focus here, having this focus on soul attention, the Akashic Records, spiritual growth, all of that. I'd love for you to say hello when you get here. I just love to know that you're listening, that this information is working for you. You may be on vacation though. You may be taking a runabout on the countryside in your tent or trailer and at campsites, and you're nowhere near an internet connection. However, this will stay up on the site, so if you missed it, you get to see it again. But if you don't show up and ask questions, whether it's about your soul or your life, or why is the setup this way or that way in life, then I have nobody to channel for but myself. And mostly I've had these conversations with the guides before, although I do tend to repeat myself a bit over time, because I'm a human and I forget. Boy, do I forget. A lot of amazing stuff has come through and I've forgotten it. So I'm glad I'm writing a lot of stuff down now. That's helping a lot. All right. Greetings and welcome from the Akashic beings of light. We are a collective of light beings committed to your awareness of soul and its grandeur, and the soul's amazing connection with the divine. It is quite unique, this nature of the soul and its connection with the divine. And it is our higher purpose that you mine this connection with the divine for your own well-being, for your own satisfaction in life, for your own mid-course corrections, for your greater understanding of yourself and humanity as a whole. It is our higher purpose to ease the tensions of these journeys that you all are taking, and to improve your experience of them and their awareness of the love, the beauty, and the wisdom inherently in your soul, and most definitely inherent in your connection with the divine and with us. the purpose that we work through the Akashic Records is because the energy is vast and we can pull from it the energy and the information that most serves your breakthrough level spiritual development at this time. It is all right for you to want to live a fuller, more productive, more focused, and satisfying life. As you hold that as your intention in life, to be satisfied, fulfilled, purposeful, these are high level intentions, and we support them entirely. If you might sense the energy that we're focusing on your intentions and lifting them up like a large platform so that you are lifted up and so that your consciousness is lifted up into another realm. And sometimes we will insert ourselves into your ordinary lives just to bring you a trip into the great starry vastness of space, different consciousnesses therein for your edification and to enlarge your experience and to give you a consciousness experience that is bigger and bigger than what you have been playing with, where you are capable. This is what we tell Annie in channeling, that if your consciousness can go out to where that information is located, then you can receive that consciousness, you can acquire that consciousness, you can get what you need from interacting with that consciousness. For your abilities are large enough, capable enough. And if you remember from when you were in between embodiments, in between lifetimes, as you would say, you are just a point of consciousness. And so you don't have to bring a body to a certain location. You send your consciousness out to get it. Or you transport your consciousness to a location. I'm feeling intensity right here in my skull. You sending your consciousness out into different locations. You are allowing yourself to be that big. Good morning, Suliera. Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Heidi. Oh my goodness, thank you for being here. I'm so delighted. Thank you, thank you. So, your consciousness, when you are not in a body, is actually built into who you are as a soul and can be accessed by you, the physical human. And it is not so much that you need to shift your body, make it better or right, or eat the right thing, or do yoga or anything like that. But all of those things together do assist in making your body lighter and more receptive. But you still have your consciousness. You know that your consciousness includes your body, but is not restricted to your physicality. Your consciousness is far larger than that. Your consciousness is far more speedy and accessible and transportable and also impressionable, so that you can go out into space and obtain some consciousness, and it is imprinted upon you as a soul and as a point of consciousness, and bring it back to earth and incorporate it into your life. Now, some of you think that you will bring back more than you can take, or it'll throw your whole life into jeopardy and chaos if you bring back that consciousness. We say, no, don't worry about that. Your soul has no valid reason for throwing you into a state of chaos. At least not for a long period of time. Perhaps an hour or two here and there, but not for an extended period of time. If you are needing re-imprinting, re-education of your consciousness, things will be lifted up enough so that new information can get in underneath the old, which will then push it out into the arena for which it is resourced or recycled, reinvented, reused. The divine is very, very ingenious about how she recycles consciousness and refurbishes it. But it is interesting to think of old consciousness being lifted up and new consciousness getting into you underneath the old. It's as if it gets into that new, fresh, childlike, perfect part of you, the uninitiated and the untrampled, the innocent part of you. And your consciousness and your intentions as a soul and consciousness are pure and innocent. You are a consciousness of light. The people who are attracted to this information and our work here are people whose consciousness is of the light. You cannot be otherwise. It simply would not interest you if you were not a consciousness of light. If you weren't here spreading light, spreading consciousness, spreading love, spreading acceptance and non-judgmentalness, it simply would not have any interest for you whatsoever. My goodness, what an interesting morning we're having. All right. Would some of you like to ask questions? Would you like to have us channel on questions for you regarding your soul, your physical life, your work, your love life, your work life, your spiritual growth? What is it that you really, really, really want to know? I'm going to wait for a bit of time because surprisingly, the electronics take a while to catch up. The questions that might get posted. Sometimes they don't even get posted in my awareness. So, what question would you like to have more information on, or have the Akashic perspective on, or the soul level perspective? What is a deep desire? Would you like to know how to know your soul more? I always say to you, it is quite easy, and this is what we encourage you to do. Understand that your soul is a point of light, a chakra about 12 inches above the head, a ball of brilliant light and informed consciousness. And this ball of light pours itself into your crown chakra, and it fills the space between the crown chakra and the soul chakra. And this space is very important because you can put in to this space qualities that you desire: patience, peacefulness, clarity, love, purpose. All of these things are soul qualities, and you can bring them in to your body, into your physical awareness through that space. As your soul consciousness pours itself into your crown chakra, it fills your entire body, everywhere. It fills every every cell and all the spaces in between the cells. Notice the color of the light. Notice the vibration of your soul's light. Notice the reception your body gives this soul light. There is friendship and knowingness here. There is a relationship here. Your soul has everything to do with your physical incarnation and the personality that you are inhabiting. For it was your soul's design, and it was blessed by the great creatress, the divine. And notice that within every cell is a spark of consciousness, a spark of light that reflects your soul's light, that reflects your soul's power and authority and beauty. And you, your soul, are part of one another. There is a unity being affected and interacted with at this moment. You may feel it. You are unifying with your soul and with the light that you are. You are embracing it, dancing with it, loving it, inviting it, being curious about this light. It is fantastic. It is so fantastically you. It is exactly what you need. And the more that you bring this soul light in, the more personality defects or character defects are pushed out. For they cannot be at the light that you are. There are old imprinting, old blueprints, old family moments. You can restore and renew yourself because your soul is always fresh, new, innocent, pure, perfect. And hence you are fresh, pure, innocent, and perfect as well. these are showing up on the big screen. My friends, I'm wondering if I am on the wrong program. Nope. I'm certainly not receiving your questions, much as I would like to. I'm just going to do a little electronic thing, turn off the recording. It has been my pleasure so far to be with you